Episode 533 of the TV Dudes, recorded April 3rd, 2025. Such Brave Girls. A Patreon showrunner pick? This week, we're back to your requests. It's John Paul's turn at the controls as we watch Such Brave Girls over on Hulu. Will we laugh? Will we cry? Will we curse or praise JP? It's all coming up in the episode.
Oh, yeah, but before all that, I'm Nick.
And I'm Les.
And we're the
TV
Perfect
Dudes.
Pussy Club. What?
Wait.
What'd you say?
Did he call you that too? Can't believe he called us both that. It's weird. And that's got to win a prize for the weirdest cold open if you didn't watch this show. But did you think a bunch of dysfunctional British sitcomers was all we watched this week? No.
What a load of bollocks. To the Diaries!
The Diaries of the Television Dudes. Brought to you by only the finest cocaine wine.
Yeah, well, I mean, there was another new show. We watched Mobtown.
Right? Mobland.
Mobland, that's what it was. Mobland, Guy Ritchie and Tom Hardy.
Mm-hmm. First episode of that was out. It's also got Timothy Dalton's in 1923. Who's this?
Pierce Brosnan.
Pierce Brosnan.
And Helen Mirren.
It's like, it's one of the Bonds, dude.
It's one of them. Well, it's also
Guy. Confused me because Helen Mirren is also in 1923.
Guy Ritchie is one of his more laid back kind of performances,
right? Like unstylish.
Or
there's not a lot of crazy match cuts and stuff.
Feels right for the tone of it. It does feel like it's trying to tell a more darker, sinister story. Like it's not exactly as zany. It's a little like there's still like the kid or whatever.
There's
like
a
the
missing
son.
mob scion. Who may or may not be dead,
Well,
or may or may not be hooking up with Eddie. I don't know.
Eddie's a fuck up. Like in
Eddie's such a fuck up.
In another Guy Ritchie movie, he'd be one of the more competent people, but in this one, he's the dumbest person.
Oh my god!
In the world.
He's definitely lying to Tom Hardy about so much dumb shit. Like and Tom.
So
Hardy's
where's the address to this place? I have it in my phone. Okay, can you guess what my next question is going to be?
I love Tom Hardy talking to the two guys in the bar trying to get the footage, and they're like, well, just because you say you're from the Harrigans doesn't mean you're really from the Harrigan family. And his response is, so this is me in first gear.
Do you want to see me
shift to six?
Shift to six here. Well, I love the okay, I'm going to help you out. I'm going to skip to the end here. I'm going to get what I want here, and you are going to help me.
Right.
Like that is what is going to happen.
He pulls that gun out. You can sit back down.
And you can sit the fuck back down. I don't like, and also like I work for the Harrigans. Well, just because you say it does, like, yeah, I feel like this is one of those outfits that if you say you work for them
man,
and
if
don't,
you think impersonating a cop is a crime,
that yeah, like that feels like that carries a penalty. That,
it is a lot of characters and they're all a little similar, and so it felt like I know it's a pilot, but it felt like every scene there would be a new name mentioned. At some point during the scene, someone would name drop another guy, and I'd be like, who the fuck is that?
Guy who was holding his ears during the first shootout.
Right.
Is he working for the opposite family later? Because he went to go find the other, like, at the bar to try and find Tommy. I thought I saw him again, or am I confusing him with another actor?
You're confusing him with another actor.
That looks like him with the beard? Okay,
yes.
That's where I was... Because I had to, like...
That's not Charles.
That's not Charles. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's where I was fucking up.
No, they just look similar.
Well, I was not... Look,
hand to God, I think Charles in a brown coat.
It's a pretty good show, but also it was not very much grabbing me, and I'm kind of scared to find out that Guy Ritchie without some style is basically Wrath of Man, and I'm not interested in
Our Guy Ritchie marathon was not terribly flattering for him.
That may like that. If Guy Ritchie marathon ever taught me anything, is that I have an impeccable feeling of like what movies of a director's oeuvre I actually want to watch. Because just like the ones I chose not to watch were like, oh, Guy Ritchie's flawless. As long as I look at the trailer and pick the ones I don't want to
right, because we went through that list and like picked all the ones that we hadn't really seen. And there's a reason that I had some kind of fucking spidey sense and skipped that. Why
did we not trust past us?
Right.
Like past us are connoisseurs. We should trust
sometimes
us.
I've been wrong. We watched Deep Rising
this
weekend. And
so
I'll admit, I was working in video stores and shit when this was coming out. and should have seen
Another
it.
movie like Kong Skull Island, where I was like, funny enough, it was Kong Skull Island, where like I just assumed you fucking watched this.
The poster for this movie is Treat Williams on a jet ski.
Hell
That
yeah.
is it. That's it.
Yeah,
And
it's,
nothing. And
nothing-
because they hide the skull,
Yeah,
because they hide the ball on that. Even it being a single creature, they hide the ball, and no one really reacts. I did not. This movie did not look worth watching in '98. Yeah, '98.
Mhm.
Also, as we were looking it up, though, I didn't know who this director was for another year.
Right.
Because this is very much Stephen Sommers' proto Mummy.
Mm-hmm. So
If this had worked, there wouldn't have been a Mummy franchise.
Yes. So this is Steve Sommers. This is, and I've always said this going back like Timo with Headshot and Night Comes for Us.
Right.
This is Deep Rising is Sommers
Working out some shit. Yeah.
figuring out how to make money.
Right.
Like, okay, well, I have a rogue Rapscallion as the head. He's got a sidekick that's played by this great character actor I like. There's a femme fatale. There's a monster, and like you could see him like working shit out, and like.
Well, we should have teamed up the femme fatale and Treat Williams character
Right.
earlier, because they are separate, but they're a blast, but they're separate for most of the movie. It feels like,
Mhm.
and Benny is great. We got to cast him in every movie this guy ever does ever.
Right, but he shouldn't be the hero's sidekick. He needs to be the villain's sidekick.
And like you can just see these things of like
you could,
it's
like,
almost there.
Like he figured this out in editing this movie.
Right,
Like
right.
when too late to really fix anything about it, and he was like, "Oh, damn it! Oh, you know
Man,
what?
all right, you know what? Next
You
one.
know what? No, what?
Like,
next time.
Like,
next time.
You can just see him thinking about Deep Rising and like licking the pen
Yeah,
and
yeah.
starting to write the Mummy.
You could feel him taking
Fade
notes.
in.
Watching this
Right.
movie, you can feel him taking notes off to the side.
Yeah, it's same with Headshot to Night Comes for Us. Like
Absolutely.
like you can watch Night Comes for Us and be like, oh, you worked that shot out. Cool.
Yeah, like you figured that, and not a lot of directors get to do that. Of like,
No.
oh no, I'll do it right this time.
Yep.
Okay, I got this. But also,
that said,
that's
Deep Rising's a blast.
famous movie for setting up a Kong Skull Island franchise. That's what it was supposed to be.
Yes.
And they're supposed to go on this, they get attacked by a sea monster on a cruise ship, and then they fall, like they get off and they go to a deserted island, or so they think.
Right.
And then there's a big roar, and all of a sudden, like, oh, that giant monster off to the side wasn't just a random giant monster. It was a giant monster because they're in the area of giant
Monsters.
fucking
Yeah,
monsters.
Yeah, this is Kaiju Island or
And
whatever.
I
you're gonna call
kind of
it.
want to watch that movie, but also you can tell why this one didn't.
Right. Well,
This is-
they hide the ball through the whole. They think that they're on a ship full of a bunch of like snaky old things that are killing people.
And I remember this movie as like, whoa, this was so much fun to watch on the Sci-Fi Channel. They promoted the hell out of it when I was on the Sci-Fi Channel all the time, to the point where I was like, man, this is the greatest Sci-Fi Channel I've. This released in theaters? What are you fucking talking about? No, they like,
I think
oh, it
it
lost
did.
money. Like,
It
no,
didn't it?
I'm being facetious.
Oh.
Like, yeah, they released this bitch in theaters, and you're like, oh no, that was a horrible mistake.
Yeah.
Of course,
They
this
just-
lost money.
I can't. Every piece of art, like all the posters I could find for it, are Treat Williams bursting out of the poster on a jet ski, and with widescreen on the banner at the top, because it's clearly the DVD art.
Well, no one saved the poster from this movie,
Right.
Like,
Like I can't even find like no one even took a picture of the poster of the real, like that can't possibly have been the theater movie.
you got to find the
poster.
one films, like college kid that was at the film studio and then
Right.
kept all the posters when
Right.
they ditched them. Like,
There's some weird dude somewhere, man. Where are you? I want to see the real poster for Deep Rising.
oh man, my aunt actually had. I'm not sure, she knew someone who worked in at a movie theater or whatever. She worked at a Barnes and Noble, gave me like ripped off book covers or whatever. when they did
I
that.
had a bunch of remainder.
But she knew a guy that had, and I still have it somewhere, the poster, the original poster for Temple of Doom.
Nice.
It like the one that was in theaters, like it was in like one of our Marcus's and was like in somebody's fucking
Oh, that's
collection. And I still have it. It's pretty fucking
That's
great.
great.
I wish it was Raiders, but Temple, like
But
Temple,
I'll
still,
take Temple.
they're all
As
look
a
great.
kid, I loved Temple. All the adults were like, "This isn't as good," and
Well,
I was
I mean-
like, "I don't know what you're talking about." I'm like 7.
Well, the poster rules. Like all the posters for
All
the
the
Indiana
posters
Jones,
fucking
but
rule.
like Raiders is iconic. I wish I
Right.
had Raiders. The I think like the other thing I watched was as far as monster stuff, I watched Elevation,
Oh
which was just cheap
Speaking of Anthony
fucking
Mackie,
Quiet Place. Quiet Place with like one killing it because they don't
Oh
have
my
the
God.
fucking. They spent all their money on Anthony Mackie and Monica Baccarin, and they didn't have fucking money for the like alien
Wherever you're
kills.
going to save money in a monster or horror movie, don't make it the kills. My God.
Hey, so do you want to know why they can't rise above a certain elevation? Me too.
Oh my Lord. All right. I'll see you, Elevation, and I will raise you that I watched a little over half of the gorge. And I'm dumber for it. That's one of the worst things I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I keep seeing people online talk about its blending of genres as a positive. It is not. It is
Mhm.
not. The Gorge is a huge. It's not even a bait and switch movie. It's just a shitty, dumb version of three things, and none of them work. The pitch meeting's funnier. I cannot stress enough. It's rare I bail on a movie.
Yeah. I did not indulge me. I like the spotting you of a thing. I will spot you then. Another disappointment. I did not have a great week. I realized it's been kind of a bummer. I don't really like a lot because the new Daredevil ep.
Oh, that. Yeah.
I'm not even gonna finish Diaries with this one because
No, I don't want to end on that.
I kind of don't
fucking
care.
sour note.
I kind of don't care.
No.
Also, I don't really have a lot to say about it. It's
And I'll be honest, the Muse episode prior, like,
it's fine, I
because
guess.
because I liked of the 2 ep drop last week, I liked ep 1, and I really didn't like the second ep they dropped. And then that's very much the tone that led into this.
Yeah.
Even though the fight was better in The Office, that's the nicest thing I could say about this episode. I just don't care.
It's in the light, so I think the stunt team knew they were gonna. I think they fucked him in the previous
I think they
episode
did.
of.
Well, like when I
lighting it
hit
up.
play on it this week, I was like, fuck, if there was anything else on Wednesday.
Also, if I wasn't already almost done with
If
this,
I'd known the
half
studio
a
was
season-
out, I probably would have watched it.
Yeah, the I don't understand Kingpin's journey. I don't really get why, like, where are we going? Like, well, Muse is down and we're not doing Punisher at all, apparently. Are we gonna go back with those Punisher cops? We only have like it's gonna end on a half season note, not a full season up. Like, this is a fucking, like, what was it, 18 episodes split into 2. So I'm like, oh, so they're not gonna season finale into this. Like, this is just gonna fucking cut off and we're gonna come back in a year or something. Because they cut them into like 9 a piece, right? Or something.
Something like that.
And because it was supposed to be one big season, and then they just cut them to like fucking 9, and they had to reshoot, and it's a mess. I'll watch the next one. Maybe hopefully it'll win me back, have something more to like fucking say about it. But I'm just kind of bored. What was boring you this week?
Watched a little bit more Edwardian Farm, which is just a trip. Watching them do fucking anything with no tech. And then kept up with The Pit over on Max, which is great. I really can't imagine doing a better medical show. I saw a review of some other show coming out soon that called a creaky genre of television shows. And I was like,
I didn't know
it's one of the, it's St. Elsewhere. I mean, like, going back fucking, Emergency. Like, there's been medical shows since there's been shows. That said, The Pit is fucking killing it. No pun intended.
Sure.
There's, I think, 1 episode left this Thursday. I would highly recommend watching your way through it. It's, if nothing else, Fiona Dorff is great.
Yeah.
At one point during they're having an absolute shit show. They have a bunch of people flood in to the emergency room, and then they get really overwhelmed. And she has an ankle monitor for some bullshit, and it goes off.
Sure.
And it's really loud, and she has to, like, in the middle of like a room of patients, like, grab a thing and just disable the fucking thing and walk back over and save somebody's life.
Mm-hmm.
But Dorff's always fucking amazing. Also kept up with Watson and Tracker. 1923, I think, has 1 episode left, maybe 2. That might be my favorite Taylor Sheridan show.
Yeah.
I think setting him back in a Western,
at least out of the
Paramount's-
Yellowstone universe.
Yeah. Setting him back in Westerns makes his dialogue and plotting and everything work without really any, like, you don't run into any, like, What are you talking about in 2024 or 2025, old man?
Well, also he's discovered the secret of like, oh, I can't write female characters. I know what? I'll get Helen Mirren. I'll write her as a dude,
Basically.
like everyone does.
Right, because man, she comes around, but there's a female character on 1923 she just complains about the winter for most of the season, and like she comes around, it's growth for her, and it's not a bad character arc, but she complains about it so much, and there's nothing to be done that I'm just yelling at the TV of like, shut up, like, yeah, it sucks here. What the fuck? She gets attacked by a wolf, which I understand. It's bad. The doc comes around and is like, got to give you rabies shots. She's like, how do you know if the wolf had rabies or not? He's like, it doesn't matter. If you might have rabies, there's 100% cure for it, or it is 100% fatal.
Yeah.
So, and the cure won't hurt you
so
if you don't have rabies. So you should just, we're
like,
going to.
So yeah.
And she doesn't, like, she's trying to refuse it I just was yelling at the TV.
So this is Taylor Sheridan's anti-vaxxer message?
No, she comes around on it. Like, it might be, like, she comes around on it. He's definitely not like, because, like, they're all like, no, honey, you don't understand.
No, I mean,
it's not an optional thing.
No, like a lot of, like, just because you're a conservative, like, because I think Taylor Sheridan's a little more conservative than I am.
He's more conservative, but I don't think
But there's even a lot of them don't understand the anti-vax shit.
Right. No, this is absolutely like, cool. Yeah, it's absolutely on the side of, like, the doc going, no, we are absolutely, like, hold her down. We're giving her these shots.
Well, I mean, it's 1923. This is a shot that cures a thing that is basically what we think of as ghosts in your blood.
Right.
This is as close to magic as you're going to fucking get.
Like, it's 11 of them in your belly, and it's going to suck.
This is basically a miracle we have this.
Seriously. And that's what everybody's like, yeah, so we're going to hold you down on the bed and give you this miracle. I'd say sorry, but I'm not.
This, out of all the things that can kill you in this time period, we got the thing that can save you.
I was screaming at the TV of like, no, shut up. It's fatal, or take the 100% cure.
Look, do you know how much time it took us to figure one of these out?
Right, and honestly,
goddamn, man.
Like, I know it's painful, but the rabies one is so good. Like, it works so solidly.
No, it works like 100% of the time.
It's amazing, and like, yeah, it's magic. She finally comes around. By the last shot, she'd like, give me the needle. I'll do it.
Give me the needle.
Also watched Rogue, not the Megan Fox movie, but
with the lion.
But
the Sarah Polley movie with the.
It's not Sarah Polley.
Who is it?
It's the guy from Alias that isn't Bradley Cooper.
Oh, right. Who's the tour guide though? It's the
Radia. Her name's Radia something.
Okay. There's a female tour guide on that. Yeah. I'm thinking is the stealth, like who you think is like our main.
And she's not. And he's our main.
Michael, if I'm remembering that movie right.
Radia Mitchell, yeah. And Sam Worthington is in that as well. Very young Sam Worthington.
Nah, Sam Worthington.
Yeah, she's in Pitch Black.
Yeah.
And Silent Hill. Rogue is fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's a fucking great croc movie.
Oh my god!
Honestly, it's better than Lake Placid, but Lake Placid is so fucking dumb that it's like
so fun.
If Oliver Platt was in this one, it would also rule.
Like, technically, Deep Impact and Armageddon are both movies about asteroids, and they came out like the same summer, and we were all like, it's the same movie, but we all know deep down that Armageddon is so much dumber.
Yeah, it's
a
way dumber,
different caliber
but
movie.
Also the one you watch.
But right. And
like, no one watches Deep Impact.
Like, people aren't really watching Rogue. People are watching Lake Placid instead, and I get it.
I'm not saying Armageddon should have got the Criterion, but Deep Impact definitely shouldn't.
Right. But, man, Rogue is fucking awesome. I enjoyed the shit out of my hour and a half, whatever, of time with that.
God, I love a good creature feature.
Right. And Sam Worthington with his Australian accent is always more fun than Sam Worthington with his. I have a theory. All Australians can learn an American accent, but sometimes, no matter how exciting you are as an Australian, your inner American is sometimes a very boring man.
I think Mel Gibson fucked all of them on that.
Right. Like Eric Bana, pretty exciting Australian, but he's the most boring.
Yeah, he can't
American accent.
Maybe he can do a British accent, but other than that,
maybe. But like I've seen like an indie movie he did in Australia, and I was like, that dude's cool, and then nothing else.
Yeah, because like him, fucking Jai Courtney.
Like, yeah, Mel Gibson being the most charming, fascinating, like electric on screen,
Yeah.
psycho with an American accent is wild. But yeah, it fucked other Australians because like sometimes your inner American is a boring dude. It turns out, and that's Sam Worthington.
Right. And also, like, look at Gerard Butler. He can't hide his accent. It's
Right.
fine.
Right. He doesn't even bother. What was that animated show?
Sometimes he doesn't bother anymore. Like, oh, yeah, he's the Scottish centurion.
Right. Whatever.
Well, I mean, that was better than him being the Scottish god of death in the fucking Gods of Egypt movie.
On Mobland, my mom she hadn't watched it yet. She'd just seen the commercial. She was like, the guy that's in the lead, I don't recognize him. Is he the one from the Olympus is Falling or whatever movies? And I was like, no, that's Gerard Butler. This guy mumbles. But I get it.
Yeah, no, he's the other one, right? No, I bet you, like, man, we gotta get those also rans into a movie together to have them like pull a heist.
Man, seriously.
And no one can tell like any of them apart. Like, there's just a casting call that day, and everyone will swear to God that they saw them there.
Right.
No, I'm pretty sure he was auditioning for a part. No, I saw him. Like,
it was a bunch of guys in celebrity masks. Or the real celebrities. I don't know.
Or it was them. I don't. It's hard to.
Also, I watched a little bit more Crapopolis.
That's a fun one. Like, that
show's still. I love that it's still going.
It's one you kind of fall off for a minute and forget that it's on,
right?
And because it has a weird release schedule. But
and then I'll go watch like 3 in a row, and it's fucking charming. Yeah.
But yeah, this one had like the eugenics basically thing of like, we got to have these people like, man, the army guys are leaving because they are deserting because it's so hot here or whatever. We need to find them a place to like cool off, and then they're in the cool temple.
They invent clubbing.
Then they find the birders there, and like, oh yeah, they should watch me turn into birds. They're weirdos, and they just like, okay, so smart person and then athletic. Well, maybe we can make them like breed.
Super person.
And like, well, how will we make people breed? Well, okay, we'll need the right lighting and maybe the right music.
First they invent speed dating. Yeah, then they invent clubbing. We'll name it after. What's your name? Miami.
There's the water stick.
Right.
That's pretty fun.
That was a fun episode. None of them quite top splitting Schlub into pieces. For me, that's
which is funny because that's a very light Matt Berry episode.
Right. There's almost no Matt Berry in that one, really. But the premise of it just got outlandishly fucking crazy. Fanny and I also watched The Rule of Jenny Penn. Which was a horror movie I think you saw the trailer for with John Lithgow and Jeffrey Rush.
Yes.
In a nursing home.
Yes.
And Lithgow's got a fucking eyeless hand puppet that is creepy that he calls Jenny Penn.
That looks fucking insane.
It's insane. So it's like an hour and a half long. It doesn't really overstay, except that it's off a short story, and the way it's written, it's just underwritten. There is a little over an hour of a fucking great movie.
Sure.
And then about 30 minutes interspersed of just visual bullshit.
That
I would be outright unwatchable if you didn't have Jeffrey Rush and John Lithgow.
Yeah, you're breaking my heart.
And yet I can't say not to check it out because when it's working, it's great. Jeffrey Rush is just a really mean judge in New Zealand who, at the start of it, is presiding over a case where where a jury convicts and he's sentencing like a child abuser, molester, whatever.
Okay.
And sentences the shit. I mean, like you think like great judge, like he throws the fucking book at this dude.
Yeah.
And the mother of these kids is in the gallery and she's crying and everything. And says, thank you. And he wheels on her and goes, don't thank me. This went on for years. So there's no way that you didn't know.
Damn.
And he lays straight into her like, you are culpable. He's like, I don't have you in this court right now. Like, you're not on trial for this. You're not charged with anything. But don't thank me. I'm the only one who did anything for this. And you don't get to And in the middle of that rant, he has a massive stroke. And it's pretty visually well done. It actually gave me hope for the visual crap later, but didn't pay off. But it's in terms of visuals and a bit of losing time and like watching a dude have a stroke while continuing to yell at someone. It's pretty well done.
Didn't break a stride.
No, not really. Until he finishes yelling at her, sentences the dude, Like, honestly, at first I was like, fuck, he's going to die before he can sentence this guy. And he stands
he
up
gets
and
it
falls.
done.
And then he's in the nursing home.
Professional.
And of course, he thinks he's going to leave if he can get his legs back and everything. But it's getting worse.
Yeah.
But John Lithgow runs this fucking place. And it's watching a dude who's been really powerful his whole life, and who has had no pity for victims of abuse.
Yeah.
Like, why didn't you leave then? Like,
Right.
is very much his.
Right, he's such a
And,
piece of shit.
And it's very much a movie about that dude coming to understand what it's like to be
In a
abused.
place without power.
And man, Lithgow is fucking mean.
Mm-hmm.
Like, evil mean. And it's Lithgow and Rush. Like, man, when it's working, it's amazing watching these two dudes just hate each other. And like from jump, like they see each other across. Like, you can tell from the start of like, I don't know why yet,
I don't know why yet,
but I fucking
but
hate you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. And the first time Lithgow is like leaning over Jeffrey Rush, they're both bedridden, like they're both in wheelchairs, leaning over the other guy's bed, and Rush is having to watch from across the room, and puts the doll up in the guy's face and says, "Who rules?" And the guy has to answer Jenny Penn. And then Lithgow flips his hand over, raises the puppet's, like the dress cloth that hangs off of it, lick her asshole. And makes the dude lick the back of his hand. It's so creepy abusive. So like when the movie's on, it is jaw open, like, oh my God, what the fuck is this? Problem is there's only about an hour of movie.
All right.
And there's an hour and a half of runtime.
We should watch a YouTube compilation, maybe.
Absolutely. You will know the parts you can fast forward through. They are very obvious. There's two spots where you should just like boop, 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 boop. So I would recommend it. I would recommend keeping the remote in your hand. And then to finish it out.
Well, I mean, we should mention that we watched Deputy as well.
Oh my gosh, I had forgotten
the
Deputy,
David Ayer show, because you told me
forgot Deputy.
Yeah,
yeah. So I saw this come up on Tubi, and I hit play on it, and literally I'm like 2 minutes in. Just the opening monologue Stephen Dorff gives. It's Stephen Dorff in this show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stephen Dorff. Yeah.
I immediately
it might be pronounced Dorff, but
or like backed out. Like, nope. Went to the living room. Was like, Nick, if you're not watching anything, we got to throw on this fucking show. David.
No, I said, because you kept coming in and telling me about it. Like, unless you want to just watch it out here.
I do.
Fucking.
It's amazing.
You want to just watch it out here because you keep pausing it and coming in like, dude.
It's nuts. Like every time, like at least for that opening, every time I thought it would zig, it zagged. Like
your show's schizophrenic.
Like he's the most redneck cop that's ever copped. Like he's got mounted police on the side of his fucking Bronco. He's driving around.
It's super like pro cop in a lot of points of it. Except for when it's not.
Right.
Like,
it is a justified level of like pro cowboy cop.
Mm-hmm.
And yet not. Like the thing that he's getting, what first made me like I was laughing like, oh, this is hilarious. I'll probably tell Nick about this later. And then I realized that what he's being scolded for at the start of it, like they don't take his badge, but they clearly want to, is that he narked out ICE.
Yeah.
To the neighborhood.
Yeah. No, ICE is coming.
And he goes on this rant of like, you failed the people you were sent to protect. I took the same oath as you, and I don't care where these. Tells it was the point that finally broke me, where I was like, yes, Nick, I do want to watch this in the living room. Is when he told the guy, you ain't worth a pinch of dried turd.
Yeah, pinch of dried turd. Well,
and I hadn't even made it to the point where a 170-year-old law makes him sheriff.
Yeah, because the fucking previous sheriff dies, and apparently that's never happened before. And apparently, like, oh, well, it says here that the next eligible, like, most longest serving member of his mounted posse. And I'm like, God, if it says mounted posse in the fucking paperwork, we need to change that.
Mailbox letters he bought at CVS and stuck on that Bronco himself.
That's not.
That doesn't count.
That does not. That can't be how it works. And if it we have to change it after this, right?
Right. Oh yeah, the best part of that entire thing is the woman from the city standing there in a suit that was like, just like why are you taking such a deep breath, ma'am? Because it's a 170-year-old law, you stupid.
But also it's like
but then immediately the like that's the cold open. Immediately they go after the two most criminal looking Mexican extras
Cholos.
that anybody could, like cholo dudes that anybody could have found.
I was like, oh, they're good old David Ayer. Like for a second there, Lord. I thought it was going to be like, wow, he really hates ICE. It could be the most progressive David Ayer property I've
Right,
never
and this
fucking
thing's
seen.
from like 2018 or something. Like we're a couple of years into fucking Trump. Like go
well,
airs.
It's definitely the split hair of you can hate ICE but also love cops because ICE aren't cops.
I guess, yeah.
And I'm telling you that to most people, that's a distinction without a difference.
No, cops right now are having a real problem with that.
Cops, those are just cops, man.
Right.
I can see also why cops kind of don't like ICE though, because wow, people already don't like us, but they fucking hate
Seriously,
you.
what do you got to do to make cops be like, I'm not with him?
Like fucking no one likes you.
Right.
Like that's not good.
Well,
but the he wants to like, cops under review. Like, I want more cops on the street. Like okay, so those cops that are under review might be, excessive force and all that other shit. And the speech you put in the front, like, I never shot my weapon unless if there was another option. And I was like, oh, okay, so he's like a old school round deputy of like, I thought honestly like, oh, so you'd rather get into a fist fight than shoot down,
right?
Like, but then he immediately becomes like a fucking rock, like just action hero.
Oh yeah. The show wants it. It's schizophrenic. The show wants it all the way.
Let's drop those two trolls off a fucking bridge. It doesn't even matter. Like, cool. I don't know what these people are charged with.
It doesn't matter. That can't possibly be.
Because even if they're charged with murder, you're still supposed to like get them alive,
right?
Like technically,
right. Right. Let the courts figure it out. They're not convicted of anything now.
But also like I'm not even sure if that's what the crime is yet.
Right.
Like, they could be literally running for the police
don't
know
what
anything.
Done. Yeah. Yeah. No, I think the crime is running. But yeah, deputy. So we watched one episode. I see why it ended after one season. After that insane opening, it's just a cop show. Speaking of just a cop show,
just a daddy cop show with a daddy cop butt.
I understand why she didn't keep dating that dude. But
I think she's still dating him. He's just off screen.
Around. Oh, that's great. That's great.
I'm hoping he comes back.
I'm hoping he comes back around. Oh my god, I loved all the songs were great. But this episode, The Rookie did an April Fool's episode. And I realized I missed like the last minute and a half, 2 minutes of it.
So, I mean, it is, but also like, it's not particularly like April. For most of it, you're wondering why is this even like during April Fools, other than there's some dumb background stuff with like an IT person that's putting stuff out, and then also, but
they barely make anything out of the bend over case.
Yeah, and it turns out later that that's just a guy with an unfortunate name.
Right.
And
the best thing going on
the rookie he gets is not a prank on him. He actually has got a rookie he has to train up that a previous legend fucking slow walked.
Right.
And I was
you call they don't say it that way, but you called it like, well, hear me out. What if your legend is terrible?
They're so like, well, he's a legend, and they say it like 3 times.
Right.
And as far as Rookie is a proponent of reform, supposedly,
right,
it's still very much they cannot the concept that maybe that legend actually isn't good at his job never enters their head.
I assume in some regards Smitty's a legend.
Yeah. And like what and I'm just like, cool. Maybe he sucks and has
Hear
been
me out.
And because it's a precinct you don't actually work with.
When I realized that he didn't know this dude.
They don't know this guy. It's by reputation only. And I'm like,
no.
I'm like, cool, no, that cop could just be like taking credit for a bunch of other shit.
And when the dude fully admits that like, no, I was planning to retire last year and I had to stay on an extra year, and then I got stuck with this dude who is the dumbest cop I've ever had to train.
Well, he's not even that dumb. He just doesn't have drive.
Yeah, like he's
basically howdy doody again, but without a lying complex.
Right.
Like
and like, yeah, but then consequently this, because it was going to be hard. Right. This dude just didn't train him in anything. He's outright dangerous.
Right. And
man, I love that Nolan lays back into him of like, hey, I'm the cop who almost got killed.
On a domestic dispute.
Like on a stupid call.
Yeah. Also, domestic dispute is not very funny for April Fools.
No. But also that conversation started with one of the things I really hate about the Rookie and probably cops. At the start of that, because that guy's about to say, hey, I slow walked that Rook through all his training. He doesn't know shit and, admit to everything he did. The first thing he does is look at Nolan and go, and turn off, like body nod cams. And turn off his body cam. And Nolan's
Nolan
like,
does it.
Yeah, and turns off his body cam. Just don't make that a function that cops get to do.
So
You shouldn't be able to turn that off.
It's a mistake that Rookie, like, man, Rookie, you're a proponent of you're such a proponent of body cams the entire time, except for, they can just turn it off. Well, then it's kind of fucking useless, isn't it?
Absolutely useless. Yes.
Like,
it should make.
Well, then you're just hoping to catch dumb cops that forget to turn it off.
You should know every time you do that there will be a meeting in the next week about why.
Right. That you will have to explain a gap.
If you get wrestled to the ground and come up and realize it's turned sideways and off,
right,
you're gonna have to explain that later. That's what I had hoped.
You went black for 30 seconds. What the fuck?
Right.
But yeah, that Rookie basically proving that itself as the propaganda show that it is weird. I mean, we always knew it was, despite no matter what they did in season 3 with the writing people. It's not like it, and obviously they fucking walked back on that.
Right.
But it is still like, cops are the only smart people in the fucking world.
Criminals are, especially in this episode, criminals are so dumb they won't read
dangerous.
to the bottom of a
Criminals
thing.
Are only dangerous because they're so dumb.
Right.
Because the big...
And I still understand, why didn't she put out at least like an April Fool's prank that helps? You know?
Anyone with outstanding warrants, like,
right.
The police sting fucking double feature.
Right.
But the lead up to this episode is basically at the end. She basically says all crime is legal for like fucking 6 hours
and starts a purge.
Look,
I mean, starts a purge.
I'm not saying that people wouldn't start purging if that happened. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that if it wasn't in Florida, we wouldn't shut down a fucking neighborhood about it.
Oh my, yeah, they are so ready for it. Like not the cops. I mean, like the neighborhood clearly like had their masks and shit ready. Like
they are like, and it's basically Rookie, and it's a dumb excuse, and the Rookie just wants to do a purge episode. It's their backdoor way into it, and fucking God willing, they're gonna get there, and it's so another couple background character we saw like fucking forever ago with the domestic dispute to see that oh shit, she's gonna try and cover up her crime of killing him with the fucking purge going on. And also he's an abuser, so I'm not actually fucking really rooting for them to catch her. Like,
right, I'm kind of hoping she gets away with this.
It's like, but she broke the law. Like, oh, you mean like Bailey did?
Whatever.
Right. Because now I'm gonna be thinking that in the back of my mind is that, yeah, but Bailey aided and abetted, but I guess whatever.
All right. Yeah.
But so
also technically all crime's legal right now.
which is fine if Rookie is a show that believes in the spirit of the law and not the letter, but it is not.
It's not. Yeah. And she's a criminal now, so she's dumb.
Right. I don't know, if she had killed him when he had the bottle, I guess, would that have been self-defense and better, I guess?
For her, yes.
Because technically, but technically, no matter when, it's kind of self-defense.
Right.
Like,
that would be my argument. Also, none of y'all were here, I would say.
Look at how big he is and how drunk he is. He could accidentally kill her.
Right.
God, the Rookie's not good.
No, but it is coming back for season 8.
We're going to watch this whole thing. We're going to watch all of it.
I'm going to watch all of them. Absolutely.
This is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of the annual purge sanctioned by the U.S. government. Commencing at the siren, any and all crime, including murder, will be legal for 12 continuous hours. Blessed be our new founding fathers.
Now feels like a good time to mention that if you haven't joined us over on patreon.com/TV Dudes,
sure,
you can throw down $1 an episode and get bonus content each week.
Each week?
Yep. This week we headed to the theater for the looniest of tunes.
Oh my god. Is that the day the Earth blew up, right?
It is, and it was worth watching.
Well, so succinctly said, my son, a good friend.
Man, I love that it is original, lunatic, and just insane
Daffy.
Yeah. Come over
Chaos Agent Daffy.
Come over to patreon.com/TV Dunes to find out all the details on why, but we had a blast in this theater. watching a new Daffy and Porky movie.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fucking banner year for Looney Tunes, I think. But first, why don't we talk about John Paul's Patreon? So we went over to see John Paul knew what's up. He went over to patreon.com/tvdudes.
JPV.
Yep. And joined at the showrunner level and chose a show for us to watch 4 episodes of. And the show was so good that we watched all 6. It's a British show. It wasn't very long.
I got to tell you, like, even when JP Vics are bad, they're pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're kind of like pizza. And then sometimes you get like,
well, I mean, Am I Being Unreasonable was great too. I really enjoyed it.
I'm just surprised I haven't finished that out.
Yeah, I want to finish that one out.
Guess what we did finish?
Such Brave Girls is
Such
so
Brave Girls.
fucking funny.
Mum, can you pick me up, please? I'm having bigger feelings.
I can only afford one daughter having a breakdown at a time.
Maybe she'll spot me across the room and realise I'm the love of her life.
Don't think so. Sometimes me and Mum forget you're even there when you're standing right next to us.
Billy Johnson.
I'm gonna marry that man.
Have you had your period yet?
Oh, you're obsessed with my period. It's like Dad, it'll come back when it's ready. At what point do you think the maternal instinct kicks in?
I'm not sure. I'm still hoping it might happen for Mum.
Getting pregnant with Josie was the worst mistake of my life, and not just because it was with Josie.
Should I go?
Sorry, I didn't realise you were still here. Showtime!
So which ones do you ask us to watch? 1, 2, 3, and 5?
Yes.
And we powered through all
of them.
So it's only 6,
right.
Like fucking British and short.
I get why the 4th episode was his skip pick.
I also too, because it's not like you can skip it.
They
and
go
not lose a
camping,
lot.
so it's kind of the odd episode out. And yeah, you can pick it, skip it without missing huge plot stuff.
So what is it about though?
So, Such Brave Girls is a British sitcom about a dysfunctional, that's putting it lightly, single-parent family created by Kat Sadler, not the family of the show, for BBC Three. Stars Sadler with Louise Brealey as their mom and Lizzie Davidson, who is Sadler's real-life sister, as her sister. It has been renewed for a second series.
It
I
is?
don't know when it's going to come back out, but
Awesome.
there will be some more.
I felt like it wasn't quite wrapped.
Sadler described the series as being, quote, a family sitcom about trauma, but that it's also about, quote, being narcissistic losers who are pathetically obsessed with what people think about us.
Yeah.
Man, we threw this on. It is British as hell, but...
So do you know when you find like a dark kind of show that is like following a lot of people that are ostensibly terrible, but slowly learn to be better, and you learn to like them for the individual people they are, and they actually like somewhat learn to come together by the end of it? This is not one of those.
No, no.
So
this feels like a boiled down You're the Worst.
This is You're the Worst. This is Always Sunny. This is a few shows can pull this off, of truly just unlikable characters, maniacs.
Like they only work with each other.
I shouldn't say unlikable, because I
love them.
Despite
They're
myself, like, you never want to be in the same room with them.
No, I don't want to attach my
Absolutely
life
not.
to them, and they can only work with each other. Like honestly, by the end of it, at the start I thought Dev was kind of normal, the new boyfriend. He is not. He belongs there by the end too.
No, he sucks too.
And he deserves to be here. But talking about the dark humor hitting, like, you and I both laughed early on at a couple of lines that were like, oh man, I think that's a joke, but I've been told by others that it's not.
Hey, man, when I brought
when
this
I've
up,
said that,
when I brought this up, people told me to not bring that up at a Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh my god, when she's like, when her boy crazy
Grandma
sister
called me a bummer when I made this joke.
when her boy crazy sister is like, I'm gonna kill myself, like,
Oh,
her. And just her sister leans in from the back seat and like, hey,
the insane texting of her, the sister, like, just
man,
I'm at the ER. The doctor says, like, I only have a minute. Like, I hope you feel good about yourself.
This is the police. Billy died of a broken heart.
Like, and so there's the one. So there's a depressed sister. What is it?
Josie.
Josie.
That is the mom's least favorite.
Oh my god. Sorry. I thought
we thought you left the room.
Thought you left and she actually was institutionalized because she has severe depression.
Right.
Like,
and the mom's constant advice of like, no, therapy's a scam. You think too much. Stop thinking.
Stop thinking.
Your brain is your
Fucking
enemy.
marry a boy and then attach your life to him and learn to
Was it eventually when you grow older, you will learn to love with less and less of your heart until
there is
there's
nothing left.
And then just
And
move.
then just like, oh, you're done.
There was a
That was the
Okay.
motherly advice. Wow, okay. This show has great dialogue. Just some
Yes.
great heart-wrenching, like devastatingly sad shit that is so sad it rockets all the way back around to being
buries the needle, runs all the way back around.
It could be also like some people might find this triggering and unsympathetic, but as someone who's had suicidal thoughts and depression, the amount of times the other girl that's not suicidal threatens to kill herself is hilarious to me.
Yeah. And constantly to the sister who has tried.
Absolutely. I mean, is it confirmed that she's tried?
I don't know.
I think she was. She doesn't want to show her arms because she was cut, and I was confused if it was cutting or if she's like.
Well, when she says I don't think she was joking in the car when her mom's like, "Tell your sister," and it's like, "Yeah, you don't want to do that because I cut my wrist and did blood all over this or whatever."
Mm-hmm.
It's all like I think she has at least cut herself.
I think she mentioned that to impress a girl too, so I think she knew she was gay then too, because like she's struggling with her sexuality.
Oh man, and her like trauma dump bonding with.
No, I'm not. I think I'm fine with guys. Guys are a lot easier. I don't feel anything with guys.
Like
I just
numb
feel
inside.
numb inside. Women make me feel things in my heart and my tummy and make me sweat and make me
like
feel
love?
things.
No, like fear.
Like fear and anxiety, and I'm like, okay, so hear me out on this. I'm pretty sure that means you're into women. Like
You're into girls.
So
you just guys are just easier. I just feel numb.
No, if you're not, if like, here's how to tell like what sex you're attracted to. Are you afraid of them? That's the sex you're attracted to. And so Josie is basically as much as one can be, the straight man of the group, just because her brokenness is the fact of she's so depressed. It's actually like concerning. Like she should definitely be in therapy,
right? Or on a med. Or
she
something.
needs to be on it. Like the fact that she's not on a med is frankly irresponsible.
Right.
Her mom takes her shopping for a minute, and like she gets a adrenaline high from buying something.
Oh, that line.
And she's like, "Oh my god, hey, it's actually kind of nice getting. I think I knew what you mean. It's kind of nice getting new clothes. You haven't had the chance to make sad memories in them yet." And I was like, "Oh, that hits a little too close."
Oh man, yeah.
No.
Like, you and I both like winced at that line of like, "Oh,
yikes!"
And then but then immediately after she's like, "Oh, but it's starting to fade. I think I'm already feeling sad already." And her mom's like, "Well, that's why we go again tomorrow."
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What was she have a deal or something? Like, no, she actually brought out a credit card and paid. It was like a fucking fairy tale.
Of course, that episode ends with that dress covered in ketchup, which is also like that's more expensive than my wine.
Did she cry? Did she cry and try and get a discount? No, she paid full.
She just paid for it.
I'm telling you, it was like a movie.
But when it's covered in ketchup and she returns it, she cries to get that.
And so she has a boyfriend that she's not really into, but is keeping on the line because, for the love of God, when she's with him, then she can not feel anything. Which, babe, get it, 100% understand, not healthy.
Right.
But I get where you're coming from. The not feeling is definitely better than like feeling anything.
Like, we had that show on pause for 8 minutes, didn't say a word to each other. Okay, well that just means you have nothing in common. Well, that's not my problem, is it?
It's not my problem, is it? I think that's my concern. And so she's into the girl at a restaurant or like a bar,
yeah, or whatever it is, bistro
Sid,
thing. Yeah.
And like the running gag with like backing out with her and just like getting a little further and then always just fleeing.
Right.
Not leaving.
No.
She cuts and runs, flees,
full speed,
sprinting like she's being chased by a predator,
right?
Like a predatory animal.
It's insane.
And the mom is, of course, just trying to keep shit together. Has an obvious favorite of Billy because she's more like her,
right?
Trying to trick this other dude that has a house. Like they call it a mansion, and I'm like,
it's just a house.
And trust me, in this economy though, like,
right,
oh no,
right. It's bigger than theirs.
No, actually, he's like fucking land rich.
Right.
Like he's.
But I don't think he has a dime. He doesn't pay for anything the entire show.
He's either doesn't have a dime or he's
just
cheap bastard. I don't know what it's like. He's got heated floors though.
Right.
And so,
he's a widower.
And Dev and so she lies about their dad being dead in order to like gain sympathy. So the mom is also a straight up monster.
Oh my god.
Like,
And barely puts the work in.
Uh,
But like just is a monster and lies about it. Like it's
well,
just
here,
crazy.
I don't know
When,
if I
when
could.
she picks that grave out, it's like a 78-year-old dude.
I don't know. you know
It's not
that
even the right name.
she didn't put enough any work into grabbing it.
One
like,
of the two. If the name's not going to match, great, but the age should be right.
right.
Or if the age is right, then the name's not going to match. And I understand.
But I get it, right? Like, but you pick one so you can trade on the other.
But
like,
some
why?
amount of this work should have been
But
done.
like, she just picked one at random because she can't even put the work into her.
They're
fucking
just standing there
grift.
yelling and kicking at a complete stranger's grave.
And it's like, well, okay, well, that's don't do damage though. That's somebody
I don't
else's.
know if I could have resisted turning the camera and having like someone's family standing like, Grandpa?
And yeah, so it's her basically. You can see why the other two have issues because the mom is just, like, I don't know if I can understand what your daughter wants. Well, here, let's read her diary and then we can know what she wants. Like, that's the mom's solution.
Right.
M makes me feel like I should never have been born, and she reminds me of it every day.
Ooh, I wonder who M is.
I wonder who M is. And
both other people in the room, like
unironic, like, and they're
like you're not in a brain trust, and these other two are still going like, hey, we put it together.
So that is to say, those two are great characters, but the unsung hero of this show, in my opinion, is Billy. Billy is one of the craziest bitches I have seen in a minute. She is Lindsay on You're the Worst level of insane.
I can't believe no one's backed into a knife of hers yet.
Joan on the fucking Apple show. God damn it. Mythic Quest.
Yes.
Joe on Mythic Quest. Like, she is that level of truly, like, when you see the two of them and you go, you're the one that was committed. Okay, just checking. Because I feel like you got committed because you felt like you genuinely need help. She's committed against her will because she's assaulted someone.
Well, I would argue that the one that got committed is the one that doesn't try to be feminine.
Yes. Yeah.
And so the possibly crazier one gets by in society because she, like, flighty birds. They're just, women are crazy.
God damn it. Shave your legs. This is a funeral. Have some respect.
God.
But Billy
But I love that, like, genuinely Josie's kink is just trauma.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't know. I'm not entirely certain she's into genitals either direction.
No, she might just be. Well, I mean,
because she does finally jump that dipshit's bones,
right, through the trauma or whatever. But then later
is immediately back.
I feel like if you dip someone at the fucking dip out on someone at a gas station and leave them to fend for them fucking themselves,
oh my God.
Like, that is. Yeah, you're not into that guy.
Oh God, that's right. They just leave him by the side of the road.
Leave him,
and when he shows up because he lives
he lives there. What's the long-term strategy
like,
here?
Yeah.
Well, he has to come back. There's not really like what's the long term but Billy is so crazy, threatened to kill herself, basically holds a knife to her neck, is so fucking infatuated with her boyfriend that is willing to like just into a sane level that Josie's had the argument forever, and you can tell that like she gives up at some point on what it's going to be, and like, well, maybe I need to be less available. Like I'll pretend I don't like him unless you think I should go over there right now. Well, I think maybe you shouldn't go over there. Well, okay, I could see that, but also you think I should go over there right now? No, I don't think so. So what you're saying is that maybe I should wait before I go over there. No, I'm saying not go at all. Like,
so don't go right now, but like in 5 minutes.
5 minutes is what you're saying. It's just the.
Well, I'm just going to go and get a head start.
Her interaction with every person is not really an interaction, like a back and forth. It's just confirming her worldview or what she wants to do with another.
Right. By the time that she thinks Nikki's just abandoned her, and she's just, as if her eyes don't work, looking directly at Nikki.
Mm-hmm. Well, I forgot to mention that Billy is so crazy, it's actually distracting, and you forget that she's also stupid.
Yes. Yes.
He's also
her
quite
plan
dumb.
Suggestions are phenomenal.
She's genuinely so dumb that it's actually kind of concerning to a level of like, I don't think you should be having sex with anyone. I think there might be a consent issue here. The level of like, well, I mean, like I can't be pregnant. Oh yeah, because you use a condom. No, no, you're you just have to be ready to be
and
pregnant.
I'm just not
I'm
ready.
obviously not ready. And plus, I haven't had my period for like 3 months.
Like,
so
look,
I'm so stressed out.
It's like Dad. It'll come back when it's ready.
Oh my god.
He went out for tea bags
Like,
10 years ago.
10 years ago. Well, they do move things around in that store a lot.
Like, I'm not 100% certain Billy doesn't imagine her dad is walking around a fucking convenience store somewhere. Tesco.
Straight
I want to go someplace
person.
magical. Like oh god, when she's watching the dude, she's watching Nikki, who finishes having sex with her, bails out her window, and just runs across the field behind their house.
Where do you think it goes?
Where he goes every night when he runs. It's so mysterious. Like, it's probably someplace magical, like the big Tesco. Like,
They
yeah, I enjoyed every minute of this show. This is fucking hilarious.
Well, and I should say there's moments of brightness in it as far as the mom is supportive of her being gay for a minute because it like aligns with what she's doing, and in that moment, which is just more than anything.
Like, wait, Mom, are you saying that I am gay? I'm saying you think you're gay.
I think you're gay. Fucking don't like grab like
for now. like it's still a backhanded like but yeah, it's not,
it's something.
At this point in the context of the show, it's supportive.
And then there's where they go off into the woods and think that Dev has just left them, and Billy goes and finds God.
It's a man who can't leave you, or a man who won't leave you.
Yeah,
man, that is one of the in a show of hilarious moments. She gets really mad about it. She has questions. She goes running back to that church and is just beating on the door like God stood her up on a date.
Oh, she's yelling,
screaming, God,
hey, God, I have some questions
for you,
not
God.
The priest that's in
priest,
there,
not the man who talked to her. You know she thinks he's God.
Also, like, priest, smartest character on the show.
So,
because the only one that's like listened to any of these bitches talk and has not asked up a follow-up question.
And we'd said that earlier, like he just turned and walked off earlier, and like, smart move, dude. Smart move.
Honestly, smartest.
And I was like, he doesn't even know how. Yes, he does. He knows exactly how smart it was, because when she's beating on the door yelling God, he sees her, and she sees him. And is like, I have questions. And he
just dips
he's
out.
He's in that car and like backs it out and is gone.
Like he's robbed a bank.
Right. Like a priest fled. Amazing.
Dude, he's not coming back to that church.
Oh my God. It's
like that church is a pain.
That's the beauty of a unified church, man. You can just change parishes.
Because like that's what it felt like. Just and honestly, like Billy has such crazy waves coming off of like, you're like, yep. Okay, so he was the only normal person in like a 30-mile radius,
right.
I guess, and he made the only decision he could make, which is to flee and get out of here.
You can see her from like a half block away and be like, I can't be in a room with you. No, like this will end my career or my life, one of the two.
Dude, she finds the chick that looks like her that Nikki is basically dating over her.
Oh, that's amazing.
Basically, the hotter version of her,
right? That's also on the hook for Nikki.
Well, yeah. Like, do you tell you have a perfect pussy? Like, yeah, perfect pussy club, right?
I can't believe he told you that too.
And they become kind of friends, but then also they kind of hook up.
Well, we'd been saying the whole time of like, so I'm not just the way that the sister that.
Well, she described like sex or whatever. Like, well, no one likes sex. No one actually likes dick. No, that's just the thing you
Josie,
do to get
ask
through.
any woman. It's just horrible. Like,
so she's into Nikki for the emotional, like, attach myself to a man like Mom.
Right.
Like,
she took that lesson to heart.
So,
but yeah, when when we realized that like Josie can't be in a room with her crush without just turning around and sprinting like Usain Bolt, and here's Billy, who's ostensibly not gay in any way she's thinking about, in a shower with this girl,
right?
Like,
well,
spraying her down with water.
Well, obviously, this is the only time I'm hot, or like I'm hot for somebody. Obviously, like Nikki doesn't actually do it for me. That's just the thing. We always just see her lay there and have him fucking give it to her. I
can't believe he said that we both have perfect pussies.
Yeah,
you do though.
Yeah, but you do though. You actually do. Like, I've verified it now. That's just a factual.
No, but you actually
statement.
Her delivery, like just the no, but you actually do. It's just so real.
And then they go to like confront him, and she betrays her. And then later they do the confronting again, and they
no, she's my best friend. She's not going to betray. And she's in the window.
And then she gets the chance to betray her back on the other end. The it's really fun, really great stuff. I also like how Josie is an artist that doesn't fucking do anything, like doesn't actually
and like as part of her mom's thing, like no, you
Mhm.
can never touch art
No,
again.
not creativity.
Your feelings
that'll
will
bring
kill
up
us all.
feelings. It'll destroy all of us. That's
And, like,
Pandora's
honestly,
box.
By the end of the season, I'm not 100% certain that like Josie's feelings wouldn't kill them all.
You can't feel all those all at once. You'll die.
I just love Dev's like, that's a lovely picture of a horse. Oh God, when she holds it up like that's a picture of Dad.
Like, no, it doesn't
What?
look at him.
It's a horse. It's
It's
human eyes.
Yeah, doesn't look like him at all. And what does that say about you? Everything you do is about your dad.
Yeah,
Dude, the dad not showing up to his mom's funeral was like,
because
what
he's
the
scared
fuck?
of them. And of course, I knew, like, of course, Dev was gonna have to meet him in the. But yeah, I love that we haven't seen that dude.
Well, it's very much like, look how much trauma this man has caused by leaving their lives. And I'm not saying he didn't do damage,
Right.
but also, there's no way one dude leaving
I'm
did
just saying
this
he
much
fled
damage.
like a priest, man.
I'm saying that this was a downhill spiral. He saw it coming and got away.
Right.
And I honestly, I don't think I can blame the guy on it. All right.
Hey,
look,
I've met our kids, and I don't think we should
Look,
mix our
they're
genes
terrifying.
anymore. They're terrifying.
Dude, when she is pregnant, when Billy is pregnant, and they're like, so it's a great. Feel like I shouldn't pressure you into this because it's obviously your choice, right? Like, yep, it's my choice. Yeah, pretty obvious choice that you have to make. Like, yep, but it's up to me, really. Yep, of course, it's
Of course.
up to you for between two pretty obvious choices of what to do. But ultimately, it's up to me. Of course,
obviously. Yep.
And it sparked it like a thing between you and I of like, what is the morality of like slipping someone a plan B?
Like I brought that up to like, I'm just gonna say it. What is the like? I'm asking for a friend. What is specifically the crime of dosing somebody?
So I feel like this is kind of like voting or whatever. Like we can't decide who gets to procreate.
No, that's eugenics.
That's eugenics.
Not good.
We can't.
It's not good.
We can't do that. Every
society that's done this is bad.
Every
Bad.
person, good or bad, sometimes
Right.
very
Idiocracy. Bad. Like I'm gonna fuck all y'all tonight.
Has the right to destroy their and every lot of other people's lives by having a kid. Like it's genuinely terrible. It's like your principles coming right at you of going like, yep, I guess the only thing worse than this is the alternative.
Is the alternative. Because nope, if you want to have that kid, God damn it.
Oh boy. But it works itself out because she figures out she has like twins.
Oh my God.
Would it change if I said
that
out of me?
Would it help if I
would it help if I said we're having twins?
Oh, and then she has to wear her adult diaper.
Oh my God.
Her playing that off at the dinner of like, first she goes for it at the dinner and like runs into her diaper.
Yeah.
And her looking at it like, oh, are you not into adult diapers? No. Well, then I'll go change. Like, honestly, the slickest thinking on her feet she's done the entire series.
Yeah. Well, I don't know why Josie thought she told him about the abortion. Like
he was only being nice. Oh, yeah, no, I see that now.
Well, also, Josie, you have I've known your sister way less time than you've known her, and I obviously know she has not told him that.
No,
because that would be like.
Well, they're all trying to figure out why he's even like. No, Nikki's a ghost. He will not come with you to this dinner.
Think of the most rational and courteous and empathetic decision someone can make, and you know that your sister is going to do the opposite of it.
Right.
Whatever the opposite of that is what Billy does.
Right.
Is the right thing to do to tell her boyfriend about the abortion? That she won't do it.
Well, I'm absolutely going to watch season 2 of this, or series 2, or whatever they call it, of Across the Pond.
Well, they don't answer the question on Dev, like whether or not I'm like, no, he's full of shit somehow, and I'm waiting for the ball to drop on that. The boyfriend is still like around, and you figure that has to like at least come to a head in a different way.
Her thing with her figuring out that when she hooks up with Sid a little bit, and Sid just has like a normal relationship with her parent. And Josie's like, no, he was like trying to fuck you.
Yeah.
And like, I love her admission later of like, maybe I can't tell.
Well, I can't tell if someone's trying to be your dad or trying to fuck you. I guess it's hard to tell. Like, okay.
It's like she lifts up well, your nipples are hard.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I don't know.
Mystery solved, I guess.
This show is amazing and fucked up, and it's called Such Brave Girls. It's over on Hulu.
Brave Girls.
You should absolutely go watch it. It's fantastic.
Couldn't recommend it.
Could not recommend
enough.
this higher. And that's probably going to wrap it up for us this week.
Hell yeah.
We gushed about the studio so much this week. I'd had it down as our thing to talk about next week.
Yeah, we got to go nail down a guy that'll pay for petrol.
So tune in next week. See if we talk about the studio or if we pick something more exciting. Since we've got Apple TV for a moment. Obviously, I'd had in my notes here that we'll let you know next week if the studio's worth turning on the Apple TV service for. You should absolutely turn on a free 7-day trial and watch 3 episodes of the studio right now. It's fucking hilarious. But tune in next week. See if we find something better to talk about. If we just gush more about the Matt Remick years. And until then,
TV Dude's out. I'm doing my Bob Evans. See, it's about dudes. You see, dudes.
Dudes.
About water.
About a pod. We cast it.
Would you like me to take your clothes off?
No, thank you.
Would you like me to take my clothes off?
No, thank you.
Dev's a fresh start. None of that old baggage from the past.
Where did he take you today?
His dead wife's grave.
You know that dream that you get when your parents walk in on you having sex? I look forward to having that so I can see Dad again. Sometimes I invite him to stay and watch.